So here's how I became addicted to being off my phone, because 3 months ago I used to doom scroll 3 hours of TikTok per day, and this habit was sabotaging my ability to act on my goals. Now I hate scrolling. I can also do simple mundane things like brushing my teeth, going out for a walk without listening to something. So first I'm gonna share the science behind why it's so hard to break this addiction and how I actually rewired it, so you can too. So first, what's really happening in your brain? Why is it so hard to stop doom scrolling hours and hours per day? Because I'm pretty sure that I was not alone for the fact that I couldn't even do any single mundane thing without my phone. Even leaving my phone alone without having it near me was making me anxious. Every time I was creating content, doing my homework, I would always somehow end up scrolling, or just not being able to focus for long periods of time. I needed to listen to songs and podcasts every time I went out for my 1 hour of walk. Otherwise, I wouldn't go out. Every time I was having a shower, brushing my teeth, doing my gym, I needed some sort of stimulation. And no matter how hard I tried to set limits and stay away from it, like put my phone in another room, it wouldn't work. Even on my breaks, in my free time, I would end up grabbing my phone and scrolling. Before I get into the tips on how it feels normal to me now, not listening to songs every time I walk, every time I edit my videos and all this stuff, I need you to listen closely to this mindset shift that changed everything for me, and it's going to change your perspective on why you scroll in the first place. The reason why it's so hard to break this addiction, no matter what you do, is because you are trying to fix this problem with a behavior. So in order to stop scrolling, you try to put it on another room, you try to set limits to yourself, all these mechanical things, and those little actions that you're making are not the thing that is going to help you. Instead, it's making it worse, because the more you try to limit yourself, the more you want to scroll. But in reality, if you look deeper into it, you have formed a coping mechanism. This is not a behavioral problem. The fact that you need to limit yourself, it's just a coping mechanism that you formed. That's why, without even you knowing, it feels automatic to click on TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and watch all these short form videos without you even consciously deciding to do it. It's just automatic for you, like blinking your eyes. Before, we used to be conscious about it. We used to think, oh, now I'm going to grab my phone and I consciously want to watch entertainment, content, short form videos. But now it feels like your life depends on it to survive. Yes, you heard it right. You developed a self-soothing mechanism. The digital pacifier that everyone relies on to feel calm, feel happy, it's actually turning us into losers. And it's making us more lazy than ever. Our brain is not wired for this. It's not wired to receive huge amount of dopamines in such a short time. We were wired to achieve so little dopamine after having put in a huge amount of effort for an extraordinarily long period of time. And think about it, everything that you desire to achieve requires this type of wiring. Becoming a successful content creator, writing a book, becoming rich, becoming successful, building healthy relationships, it requires effort. It requires you to tolerate discomfort and do hard things, having the hard conversations, doing the same thing and failing for a long period of time so you can gain the lessons in order to succeed. That's why now reading feels boring. Watching a movie without scrolling at the same time feels like an achievement for you. And trust me, it was for me too. I couldn't watch a dinosaur documentary without scrolling on my phone at the same time. And though it's not really our fault that we have this problem, like literally companies are spending millions in those apps in order to keep us attached to these screens. The algorithm is wired to keep you scrolling for hours and hours. So it's our responsibility to break out of this addiction. Stop pointing the fingers to them and start pointing it to ourselves. And once you master this skill of taking responsibility and stop self-sabotaging, this is going to transform every area of your life, I promise you. This is the most important skill in life, in my opinion. And wait, it gets deeper, because the subtle reason why that no one seems to realize is that the reason why you scroll in the first place is not because of the fact that it's addictive, because of these companies spending millions to keep you glued to your phone. It's something your brain relies on to feel happy. Do you remember that I said before? It's a coping mechanism that you developed. Every time you feel stressed, sad, every time something bad happens to you, you want to scroll, because in order to escape from all of this bad stuff, you go back to scrolling. And this is a never-ending unhealthy cycle that you repeat every single day. The more you scroll, the less capacity you have to face those difficulties. So the crucial shift here is to stop solving this problem with a behavioral solution, limiting yourself, but replacing it with something else that is going to suit you. That's the secret, guys. So here are the actions that are going to help you to actually rewire it. Because believe it or not, the same way you got addicted to these devices, apps in the first place, you can literally turn it around and train your brain to be addicted to being off of it. So this is a big one. First action. You need to stop filling the silence with stimulation and noise. When you are resting after work or school and you are taking a break, try to truly rest, because scrolling on your phone, even in your free time, it's not rest. And in this way, you're keeping your mind overstimulated and active 24/7, and that's why you feel overwhelmed, overstimulated, as if you lack the mental capacity and energy to do anything else. 3 months ago, I noticed that I became more and more exhausted at the end of the day, and I didn't know why. But deep down, I knew that it was this damn fun. So ever since I started to just lay down in bed or just meditate in my breaks, in my free time, just take time to breathe and rest, make my body and mind just do nothing else, allow myself to listen to my thoughts. So this not only is going to make you tolerate discomfort even more, but it's going to make you less overwhelmed and overstimulated, and you're going to lower your baseline of dopamine over time. And if it's too difficult for you to not scroll for even 20-30 minutes, which I hear you, it was so difficult for me, I started small, listening to videos at one speed and not skipping every single time. I started to just take a break for even 3 minutes, and then I could go back to scroll. Start doing tasks like reading a book, brushing your teeth in a more present way, or even just being more intentional on every time you grab your phone. Like, ask yourself, every time you grab it, why do I want to grab this? Like, do I want to scroll? Why do I want to scroll? What feeling and problem am I avoiding? Instead of multitasking, just do one single thing. Instead of reading the comments while listening to a video, just watch the video without doing anything else. Oh my god, this second action is something that truly helped me to get my 9 hours of sleeps every single day, sleeping at the same hour and waking up at the same hour, which is building routines. Build a morning and night routine that doesn't include any scrolling. This is going to require a lot of self-control. But again, you can start small. Maybe 30 minutes before you go to sleep, you can just journal, meditate, do some sort of yoga so you can wind down and sleep faster. In the morning, you are going to go to the gym, meditate. Those are things that I did. In the morning, I just started to read books and meditate, put all these tiny little tasks that I often procrastinate on ahead in the day as the first thing I do. And it has done wonders for me. Starting the day with the right foot in a productive way makes me want to be even more productive throughout the day, which makes me hate scrolling and waste my time. Third thing, oh my god, I've never implemented this tip before, but everyone else on the internet is saying it, so I'm going to say it too. I started to find hobbies. Now I literally dedicate 30 to 1 hour every single day in cultivating and learning about a hobby. for now, there are 4 hobbies. Learning how to make gacha life movies, learning how to build Roblox games, learning how to write a fantasy romance book, and learning how to produce a song. Like, those are the 4 things that I loved doing ever since I was a kid. So if you don't know what to do, then just try new things, or just ask yourself, what did I love doing when I was a kid? This is going to help you enjoy life so much more. All of your days are going to filled with so many colors and passions and emotions, and stop being a zombie. Because that's what I realized. The more we scroll, the more we become lifeless and colorless. All of a sudden, the world looks gray. We become numb. We become emotionless. Oh my god, why am I saying all these weird terms? So yeah, that's how you're going to hate scrolling. I've never romanticized and enjoyed my life and looked at my life in such a colorful perspective. And I'm so glad that I implemented all these things. And trust me, it's going to change your life. Something that you may are doing that is sabotaging your potential is being ambitious but lazy. So watch this so you can finally act on your goals.